Hi, everybody, and welcome to Ask Allie, your place for spiritual advice for busy people. Ask Allie is the longest running spiritual podcast on iTunes. I've been helping others there since 2005. Today is Monday, July 22nd, 2019. I want to thank you for joining in and giving me a listen to. If you'd like to get a reading or have your energy balanced, find out more about me, or support the podcast, I'll leave the information below in the show's notes. And don't forget, if you like this episode, please rate it. So, I have been giving this podcast a lot of thought. I need to do something different. Every so many years, I get bored with the way this podcast goes, and I'm bored. I need a new way to do Ask Allie. So, if you guys have any suggestions, drop me an email, allietheeks@yahoo.com, and let me know, what would you like to have in here each week. A topic is usually pretty standard. Mention topics, if you will. But what else? Do you like the Oracle card reading? Should I take them out? Should I add back in the metaphysical item of the week and talk about oils and stuff? Should I do, the flash spell of the week? Let's go over a spell. That was always fun to do. Do you want me to give you messages from Joshua and Selena every week? I mean, what would you like? I need to know this because I do this every week, and I have been since 2005. Well, not every week, but quite a few weeks. Since 2005, and I do this for you. I don't particularly like being on camera, ever. So, yeah. So help me out, would you? What are you doing, Zena? You keep bugging me. Stop. If you're watching the video, she's like right below me. So, speaking of animals, I just mentioned Zena. Gimli, my yellow lab, who is named after the dwarf on Lord of the Rings. And he is such a Gimli. He is. He tore his ACL. So I took him into the vet. And he has this skin tag. It's a Hugangus skin tag on his eye. And we agreed it needs to come off. So, he's been on pain pills for his ACL. He was a very bad boy at the vet. But that's another story. So, I take him in this morning. And we're hobbling in. He's doing a good job, moving that back left leg as best as he can. We get in there, he's a good boy, we get checked in, and we're not sure how he's going to be about put in the cage, because he's not a big cage dog. So they asked me if I take him back. Not a problem. I take him back, we open the door to put him in, he goes in and he slips, and he squeals. So I'm thinking, oh my God, he hurt himself even worse now. That's what I'm thinking. So he stays there, I leave, I get a call from the vet. The tag came off, everything's good. However, we couldn't use general anesthesia on him because he would not cooperate whatsoever. So we had to put him completely under. And while he was completely under, we noticed that a good chunk of his teeth in the back are infected. They need to come out. And his ACL, by the way, he tore both of his legs, his back legs for ACL, and his knee's pretty effed up on the left-hand side. It pops out. Oh! Now, did this extra stuff happen when he slipped at the vet? I don't know. All I know is my poor little Snoop Dog, who is not little, he's 88 pounds. My poor little Snoop Dog is in a shitload of pain. So if you could send some good energy to him. I'll be giving him some energy bursts when I get him home here in about an hour or two. But collective energy is always a good thing. So he's a yellow lab. He looks like a standard yellow lab, a very old one since he turned 10 on July 4th. Will you quit bothering me, Zena? Stop it. But he needs an extra zing. So if you could give him a zing, I would be very grateful. What else is going on? Every year, it's still in beta mode. It should be out of beta mode, but it's still in. It's called Write Your Book, damn it. And what it is, it's a 21-day boot camp to write your book. And it's a first draft. So we go from idea, outline, a summary, and the first draft in 21 days. It's a hard push. I'm not going to lie. It's a hard push. But we do it once a year, and I keep it in beta mode. Next year I have to get it out of beta mode. But it's a good time, and it starts on Saturday. So if you'd like to be in it, I include the link. Hurry up if you want to get in it, because there's some pre-work you got to do in order to jump in at the 21 days. So if you want to write a book, have it out by Christmas time, this is your time to do it. So link is in the show's notes. Now, all that said, let us go for the Gateway Oracle cards for our Oracle card overview of the week of July 22nd, 2019. Now, guys, this is an overview, as you know. So, overviews is just that. Grand scale of things. You know, big umbrella. Every card doesn't necessarily belong to every person. So, take what resonates with you, what you went, about, and use it. If it doesn't, then don't. It's okay. We're all going to live. All right. So, let's see what we got going here. We have a 1 and a 2. Let's go for number 3, shall we? And a 3. Woo! All right. Put this aside. And we got a 1. And we got 2. And we got a 3. All right. So, first card up, God, I need glasses, is Cultivating Prosperity. I know there's a glare on the cards, and I'm sorry, and it doesn't come in as perfectly as I like focus-wise, but it says, the abundance of the universe is pouring into my life. So this week, despite the fact that we're still in a Mercury retrograde until next week, prosperity is coming in. Prosperity is coming in for all of us. And prosperity means more than money. It can mean an increased connection with family, friends. It can mean doors opening for opportunities. It can mean you having an aha moment, a fantastic idea, and you decide to go for it. Prosperity is a lot of different things. So cultivating prosperity this week. It's a good thing, cultivating it. You know, pretend you're a farmer, and prosperity is sprouting up from the ground for you. Okay? The second one is cherishing self. I accept and love myself. And you know, that's going to be it's hard for a lot of people to cherish and love themselves. I'm very much included in that group. There's lots of days I get up and I say horrible things to myself that I would never say to anybody else ever. But I'm like, being so mean to me, I find that acceptable. And I think that's silly that we're that mean to ourselves. You know what I mean? So this is a good week for self-care, being nice to yourself this last week of Mercury retrograde, and, you know, taking a chill. And then last is igniting courage. I am strong, valiant, and courageous. Now, when any of us ignite courage in our life, whenever it shows up, even a little bit, that means we need to grab that courage, because that courage is going to propel us forward into something. Don't know what. It's part of the fun. It's part of the journey. We don't know what the courage is going to propel us into, but we need to grab that courage and move forward. All right? So this week, to recap, we have cultivating prosperity. Prosperity is going to be coming out of the ground for us. Cherishing self. We have to love ourselves, self-care. And igniting courage. When the courage shows up, and it will this week for a lot of us, you got to grab onto it with both hands and move forward. Okay? So this is a move forward week. It's not a big decision week, but it is what, kitten? Jeez. But it is a move forward week. I wish you could see these two cats on either side of me that keep nudging me with their claws. It's like, Mom, stop, kitten. Kitten's, here. Let me show you Kitten. His name was actually Simba, but he has never listened. He doesn't know that name. This monstrosity is Kitten. He is a very heavy cat with a very girly meow. Anytime he goes to the vet, excuse me, Xena, anytime we go to the vet, it is the most girly meow you'd ever hear. Okay. And then you take this cat out, it's like, oh my God, this thing's huge. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, The other cats probably elbow each other at the vet, say, shh, what's up with that thing? That's what I'm talking about. All right. What else I want to talk about is the topic of this week. Dark astral travel, dark astral travel / projection. People say astral travel. They also say astral projection. There's both. Okay, it depends how you want to call it. One aspect, the way to look at this dark astral travel / projection is many people I know who astral travel seem to astral travel at night. And at first, they are amazed that when the astral body separates, that their surroundings is very dark. That's because it's dark out. Okay, so don't be surprised if you actually try to astral travel at night and you go into the dark. That's there. Also, I've been working on a lot of self-discovery. I'm in my 50s now, and I'm thinking it's a constant struggle to strip away all the crap that was put into my head as a kid and in my 20s. I had a constant barrage of, you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you can't do this, you're not pretty enough, you're an embarrassment to the family. That was quite often. But you want to write? You can't write. Crap like that. All the time. It was layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. Well, one night last week, I was working on those layers. And I was just so upset and tired of crying. I decided it's time to go to bed. Okay? So, I got to go to bed. And as I'm falling asleep, I can feel my astral self rolling out to astral travel. Now, in hindsight, I should have stopped myself, but I didn't. And I allowed myself to roll, and there I am. It's nighttime, my astral body's out, and I was in a very negative mood when this happened. Okay, my energy was very low, it was very heavy, it was condensed, not my usual bright and cheery self. And when I rolled out, I don't know how to put it, just kind of reminded me of, have you ever seen Bill Murray's Scrooge? Yeah, Bill Murray's Scrooge. And it was the spirit of the future that was the Grim Reaper. That's what all these dark things resembled. And there was quite a few of them. And when I saw them standing around, my first thought wasn't, hey, let's jump back in the body. It just reminded me of all the crap I was dealing with. And I felt worse, of course. And when I felt worse, I felt myself, it felt very heavy on me. And I felt myself being pulled, kind of, I don't know how to put it, down and to the right. I don't know how to put it, down and to the right. And, no, it's down to the left, sorry. My left and right's always messed up. It's down to the left. And as I was being pulled down, and it was so heavy, it kind of felt like I can't breathe. And my room, instead of it just being as just dark as it was night, it's sort of like a ripple effect. Like the room was like fading away, rippling, and as more I got pulled, the more it rippled. And every horrible thought that I've ever had about myself in my life went running. And the more it was running through my head, the more I kept getting pulled down. And I knew I didn't want to get pulled down through that floor. And the bad thoughts kept going. And I kept getting more bad thoughts, the more I got pulled down. And I was panicking. And when you panic, you don't think straight. And nobody ever does when they panic. So I had to, I forget what, one of my cats was there. One of my cats, Felix, my orange cat, I could see him looking at me. And he was hissing. And that brought me back to, wait a minute, there's my cat. I'm supposed to be in my room, a bed, asleep, my bed, which made me think, my person. And I went and I turned to look where I was laying, and as soon as I did that, boom, I was back in my body, because that's what you do. When you're astral travel or project, you look back at yourself, or you think of yourself, your physical body, and you go back because of the urethral cord that's attached between the soul, the astral body, and your physical body. And I go and I slam back in. I remember slamming back in, and I sat up, and I'm looking around, my heart's going about 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I'm thinking, what the F, what just happened? I put on my light. I felt like I just wanted to get frankincense and put it all over the place. And Felix was there, and then my Gibby Gibbs, he showed up, and of course Bubba, my dog, was there. Laverne, another cat. They were all just kind of hanging around. They were looking at me. And I'm like, man, I don't know what just happened. I don't like any of it. I think I'll stay awake for a while. Maybe go on Facebook, play some solitaire until I'm really tired. And then I'm going to go to sleep. And I'll think about this with a clear head the next day. So when I got up the next day, and I had a clear head about it, I thought to myself, Allie, the bad thoughts you have about yourself, and this goes for everyone, the bad thoughts you have about yourself get cemented into your energy. And when you try any type of energy movement, whether it be a telepathic connection, dreams, or astral travel, that goop, that negative crap you're telling yourself, since it's embedded in your energy, goes with you to all these events. Okay, so it was good for me to note that and know that I will never, ever, ever again go to bed with that much in me about myself. I would never try to astral travel, and I wasn't trying to telepathically connect with anyone, because I don't anyways if I'm feeling like crap. But that's the first time this ever happened to me in astral travel, that these things were kind of pulling me down. So I learned, lesson learned. So if you ever want to astral travel and you don't want the lower beings to say, hey, come join us, make sure that any negative thoughts you have, anything you might negatively have in your body, is away. And you do that by coming to terms with whatever negative thoughts you're thinking and saying, okay, I thought about it enough, please go. I'm done with you, I don't need you anymore. And that helps. Having an amethyst stone with you, having, I can never say it, black tourmaline. I said it wrong, but hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. Onyx helps as well to help get that stuff out. The flower essences bottle brush or eggplant help tremendously. Get that from Green Hope Farms, by the way. Burning frankincense, burning sage yourself, frankincense yourself, however you want to do it, to help get that stuff out of your energy, and then go to bed. Okay? And then astral travel, whatever you want to do. Just don't carry that crap with you, because you automatically get pulled into the dark astral travel projection, because it's in your energy. You are what your energy is. What are you doing, Kyle? Nobody can see you unless you step in front of the camera.
I'm checking the water. We're reading an article about Nestle and their water and all that.
Nestle's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't buy Nestle, and this isn't Nestle. This is Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good save.
I know. Nestle's the bad people. Negative people they are. Which makes me not want to buy anything of theirs.
Nope.
It makes me very sad because there's a lot of things by Nestle I used to enjoy.
Well, you know, the CEO, I think one of their
Here it comes.
high-ranking members, I don't think it was the CEO, it was like someone else, said like water isn't a human right.
Yeah. Jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there we go. We're rounding out. We're talking about dark energy, and he starts talking about Nestle. Hello, goes together. You know, that's something else that gets into our energy when we do business with companies who are not good people. Anytime we buy their product, anytime we interact with them, we take in that negative energy from their company, from their products. Something to note as you shop. All right, well, we're here at the end. I want to thank you for joining me here at Ask Allie. If you like this episode, please rate it and tell your friends. And in case no one's told you today, you are awesome. I love you. Have an incredible week. And as far as I know, I'll see you next Monday. Take care, guys.